be very, very quiet. I'm hunting geos. Hey adventurers, what is up? This is another episode of Keats94's Geocaching Adventures here on YouTube. And well, I'm back on Burke Mountain. And as some of you have seen in my previous episodes, some of them can be harrowing adventures. I don't know what I'm gonna get myself into today. I may have bitten off more than I can chew. We're gonna find out. So using geocaching as a tour guide, well, it has brought me to this signpost. And what's important about this signpost is it contains information to allow me to find a multi-cache, which is somewhere up here. I already actually have put the coordinates down. It's a little bit east of here, so may actually have to come back another day, because right now we're gonna be going up there and we're gonna be finding a whole bunch of traditionals, and we're gonna see what else is on this trail. You know, you never know what you're going to expect on this mountain. Who knows? We may run into some snow. There was some interesting weather recently. Right now, at the date of the recording, it's February 4th. So we're not out of the woods yet when it comes to winter time, but we'll see. Look up, look way up, and I'll call the geocache guy. Found it. So geocaching has now brought me to this spectacular cloudy view of the Coquitlam Lake Valley. It's going to be a bit of an on-off day when it comes to weather. So far, as you can see, no snow, but so far, it's turning out to be an interesting adventure. I've yet to see a bear, I've yet to see a mountain lion, I've yet to see a tiger. Okay. This is quite a steep hike. Remember when I said I think I'd bitten off more than I could chew? I may just be right. But what an absolutely glorious view. We're gonna be in the distance, Eagle Ridge here. You can hear the gun show down there. Bought tickets to the gun show. Insert cringy joke here. No, there is actually a gun range down there. Folks, I am super jelly right now because guess what? This stump has an absolutely fantastic view. Oh, right looking over the lower mainland. And guess what? We got ourselves a geocache, folks. And nice little scuba container labeled official geocache. So thank you. I think Lost Cause hid this one, so thanks very much. Putting that back where I found it. Folks, I have now reached a conflict in this YouTube episode. Well, guess what, folks? We have to make a decision here. Whether I'm gonna go further north into the barrens of Burke Mountain and find a geocache that I actually DNF'd back last year, I think it was, as well as a traditional that's even further north. The cache that I had DNF'd was a Where I Go, and you might recall from my one of my last Burke Mountain episodes in the snow, I had found that challenge cache, which I ultimately found out I did not qualify for. And then also, on top of that, I DNF'd the Where I Go cache that we're gonna try to go for today, hopefully. So fingers crossed that we find it. There's much less snow here than there was in my previous episode. You're gonna have to check that out down below. I'll make sure I supply that in the description. You can really hear those gunshots. I don't know if you can hear that in the microphone, but yeah, it is quite something. Folks, I'm nearing the subalpine. No, not quite. Still some big trees in here. I am currently hot on the trails of another geocache that I'm crawling underneath branches to find. And let's see here. Oh, spaghetti-o. Booyah. That's another geocache. For the win. So, everybody, I have reached another dilemma. Another challenge. So, I have found out the actual coordinates for that multi that we had figured out earlier on in this episode, and they were in fact incorrect. And thank goodness I was in cell reception. I was able to go on a certitude and certify that my coordinates were correct with a few number changes. And the cache itself is actually further down the mountain, but in kind of the opposite direction. The other challenge that we have right now is waning daylight. Right now it is 2:30, and you can kind of do the math in North America. Well, it does still get relatively dark pretty early out here, especially in the woods. So what I'm gonna try to do and try to attempt at getting done today is there are 2 caches further north, which I am going to aim for. And unfortunately, there is a trail that, just looking at the map, looking at the contour lines, does a zigzag, switchbacks. So that could very well be a very steep trail. And well, I'm realizing that I have to go down it, and then to get the multi-cache, I have to walk back up that trail and back down towards the multi-final. So we're gonna see if we can actually make this today. The thing with Burke Mountain is that we have a lot of trails that intersect each other. It is actually very easy to get lost out here. If you look at a trail map of Burke Mountain, you see a lot of mountain biking trails, and not just mountain biking trails, but you have dirt roads, a whole bunch of trails that aren't even on the map. So it is very easy to get lost out here. Things can go from 0 to search and rescue in no time. So really have your wits about you, know where you're stepping, and just understand when the sun sets, because when the sun sets, it makes it way harder to get out of here. And you don't want to be on the front page of the news. But you know what? I just got to show you this view. Look at that. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Shout out to Seahawks fan 91. You know who you are. Folks, I have made an executive decision. So I'm noticing that I will probably not be able to make it to that multi-final before dark. So I'm gonna make the safe decision and forego that cache today. It's getting dark and I'm still a bit further north, so I'm gonna have to get myself down the mountain. Got one here, and then there's gonna be that Where I Go, which I really hope I find because I had DNF'd that one, as I had said earlier. So onward and outward onto the trails. Sorry about the foregoing of the multi, but we're just gonna have to save that for a future episode. Well, folks, I'm back and looking for that Where I Go that I DNF'd last winter. And we're gonna try our best not to fall. Remember this? I don't know if you remember from the previous episode, we were dealing with a lot of slope. Anyway, let's take a look for this thing. But I'm gonna go up here, and I'm hopefully not gonna drop the phone. Here we go, climbing this. And I see some trees close together, and I see a rock wall, and I see a root gap, and I see something. I'm gonna have to turn off the camera and see if I can find this thing without having to worry about filming. Okay, folks, I found it. Oh, DNF avenged. Like, yes. DNF avenged. Thank you to Buggirl1975 and Acadian Pie for placing this one. It's getting dark and starting to become Survivor Man kind of style right now. I'm gonna get myself to safety. I'm gonna basically save the other caches for another day because I really value my life, and I want to make sure that I get out alive so that I can keep producing content for you folks, and you know, that I can live a happy, healthy life. And everybody, I want to thank you so much for coming along on this YouTube adventure with me today out here on Burke Mountain, just northeast of Coquitlam, BC. We found a number of geocaches. Today was a bit of a spur-of-the-moment trip for me. And yeah, I made it out. I'm making it out alive. There's still enough daylight for me to get down safely. And if you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button because you know, more adventures to come, and by subscribing, you won't miss another Keats94 geocaching adventure. Thanks very much for watching, folks, and happy caching.